Hi everyone, this is your video for your lesson plan rubric. We have discussed that in class, but I decided that I'll make a video about it too. So your exemplary is 9 points, competent is 7, needs improvement is 5 points, and unacceptable is 2 points. The total points is 100 for this, and you have 25% off per day per assignment late as your late work. So obviously, as you can see, the content objectives is related to your TEKS and they include HOTS, which is higher order thinking skills. Your objective should be measurable in the ABCD format and include once again higher order thinking skills. So this is what, if your objectives are not in ABCD format, then they become unmeasurable and not being in the correct format. Your assessment has to be more than two perspectives. You can collect data, only from two perspectives, but you have to have at least more than two perspectives to how are you going to do. You can have formal and informal observations. Collecting data could just be two of them, but you should have at least three of them for this purpose. What I mean is you'll have three assessments, but two of them could be collecting data and one could just be an informal observation, or all three could be collecting data. Your assessment for technology is very important. That's a whole row. So one of your assessments will be related to technology, and then how does the data from it provide information for student learning is important. Procedure about your grouping, instructional strategies, and all of those things need to be in before, during, and after. Quite often I have seen students write their lesson plan as a teacher directed lesson plan, like I will tell the students to do this, I will this give, I will do that, I will. Think about it writing from the student's perspective. The students will discuss this. The students will be in groups. Instead of saying I will group them, students will be in groups. Students will be working on this. So that is important. You also need research theory and documented best practices with supporting evidence. So this comes from your materials, technology, and basically resources. Remember how I say to cite your math book for able to have best practices with supporting evidence. So you need to have that resource section to give the supporting evidence. Then your integration of technology, that needs to be interactive and student controlled. So if you have an assessment in which, let's say, you do a Kahoot or a quizzes or you do a Plickers, that you can go over the missed questions and talk about it, those things, and that also counts towards your integration of technology. Or you can just integrate two different technology, like you can do a seesaw, you can do Google Classroom, slides, all of those things. For integration of technology, they need to be interactive. Watching a video is a passive integration of technology. It is not active integration of technology. So, and then differentiation has to be for struggling learners, early finishers, and any others that you have. So it is not limited to students that are identified by learning impairment. And it is provided regardless of the reason. That means you have to plan for it, and it needs to be aligned with the activity. So you cannot tell that, okay, for the students that finish early can go read a book. That's not it. It needs to be aligned to the activity. You can definitely talk about extra time pairing, but that is going to be pedagogical. You have to think the content wise, what are you going to differentiate in instruction? Here your materials and resources, this is about your reflection, which I already have as a video. And then here is your total. You have to have a minimum of 6 higher order thinking questions in your lesson plan, because you need to anticipate questions that you are going to talk with your class. So this is what it comes in. And then if you have an observational checklist as an assessment, where is it happening in the plan? They need to be included. If you're collecting an activity sheet, if you're collecting a project, when are you doing it? Think about those moves as you plan your lesson. Okay, so all of this is about your lesson plan rubric. If you have any questions, let me know. I provide you very detailed and explicit feedback, and I'm happy to always clear any confusions with any of the suggestions or comments that you have. Look forward to reading your lesson plans, guys.